you've heard of Dr. Pimple Popper because one of your friends probably sent it to you and said, can you believe this? Her fans get excited by what a lot of people would consider hard to look at. Well, there's a new show airing on TLC, and almost 3 million people tuned in to watch the premiere. Trust me, I'm in TV. That's a lot of people. The show is called My Feet Are Killing Me.
Sometimes when you're treating somebody's foot, the unexpected happens.
Wow.
Do you think that amputation can be a solution?
Very interesting. I actually have no idea what this thing is. You cannot rule out cancer.
There's not a lot that shocks me.
It's worse than you expected.
It's definitely shocking.
Sometimes it's not all the way what you expect.
When you have a deformity in your foot, you deal with shame.
It makes me feel bad.
Please welcome the stars of this hit show, Dr. Ebony Vincent and Dr. Brad Schaefer. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
How do you explain this phenomenon? 3 million people tuned in for your premiere.
Well, you know, I think it's a lot of times people, they're interested in the unknown. And, you know, what gets you there is a window into someone's life and their health problems. And what keeps you there is the emotional journey that you go on and then the education as well.
Yeah. It's incredible. So, Dr. Schaefer, we both went to Temple University.
That's right.
Temple man.
Billy.
I mean, you know, we react to the picture, but to Dr. Vincent's point, it is this emotional journey. And for a lot of people, there's shame associated with a foot problem.
Absolutely.
Or something that's seen as odd or weird.
For sure. I mean, look, when you're a patient, when we go to a doctor, there's always shame that is involved with, you know, seeing that doctor and trying to deal with that internally. You know, it's Dr. Ebony's and I's job to really just sit there and deal with why they're hurting internally and obviously externally. And, you know, that's where we come in. You know, it's really about when they do have a condition, it's treating it, and it's seeing that transformation that really can get them back on their feet and living that quality of life that everybody deserves to live.
Back on their feet, no pun intended. It's
Right.
You're from outside of Philadelphia, Dr.
I am,
Schaefer.
yes.
Dr. Vincent, you're from California.
I am.
I always wonder how people... Can we take that down? I always wonder how people pick their occupations. Were there podiatrists in your family? How did you get drawn into
Good question.
a field like this?
Well, I was personally drawn to it because I've always been a student athlete, always wanted to be a physician, and I like the fact that I can fix things that I can see. There's a lot of specialists when it comes to...
You could have been a dentist, though.
No,
I mean,
no,
you fix
yeah.
it. Why podiatry?
Well, if I like to see a broken bone, and I can fix that. If I can see a mass, a soft tissue mass, I can take it off. If I can see a torn tendon, I can repair it. And so it depends on the kind of learner you are. And for me, myself, I was a student athlete playing volleyball in college. I had several knee injuries myself, and like I have been the patient who had to go through surgery, had to go through rehab, and if I can be on the other side of that as a physician, as a surgeon, and kind of help my patients, that's something that I'm pretty proud of.
Dr. What drew you into this line of work?
You know, personally, growing up, I was also a soccer and baseball player, so there were a lot of issues that I dealt with. I always knew that I wanted to go into medicine in some facet. Surgery really drew my attention, and with podiatry, you're streamlined right into that specialty. I mean, that's what we deal with. That is our, you know, mission, is to study the foot and ankle, and that's what we do. So we're immediately in that specialty, and I think it's beautiful that we get to do that and, you know, be able to treat people in the office and in, you know, for operations.
So I do know that there's like a East Coast versus West Coast thing. Like, there are different foot issues.
Yeah.
So what's the East Coast issue?
So I had residency on the East Coast, and then I practiced in the West Coast. And from my perspective, there's a lot more ice falls on the East Coast, broken bones, seasonal kind of things. And on the West Coast, I'm dealing with people who are stepping on sea urchins or being stung by stingrays.
So it's the natural environment that's around you. When you're at a party, you know, and you say, I'm a podiatrist, do people instantly start asking for free advice and want to show their feet?
Tamron, all the time.
Yes.
I imagine so, right?
All
just pick
the
off their
time.
shoes.
You could be at a bar and somebody will hear that you're a podiatrist and whip off their shoe.
They'll just start untying.
It's incredible. Like, it's absolutely amazing.
And so okay, you're at a bar, I'm at Chili's, and then you whip your foot off. What do I do? You say, I'm good, here's my card?
To be honest, I still talk to them and treat them, and I try to help them.
Same.
You know, thank you. Yeah.
Has there been a case that you've seen that was like, this is seriously the toughest thing I've ever seen? Toughest case?
Yeah. Well,
oh boy.
I think if anyone has watched the show, there was an individual on the show. His name's Jeff Ortega, and when I tell you about one person that like really pulled at my personal heartstrings, he was born with Proteus syndrome, and Proteus syndrome is basically like elephant man disease, and it's something that he can't help. He can only manage.
Oh my gosh!
And, his mother, she's so beautiful and really, like, takes time out of her day to care for her son. And the love that she has for him and, the bond that they have now just over this issue, it just doesn't stop him, and he just rides through it and tries to live the best quality of life that he can.
How is he now? He came in to see you?
So I treated him on one of the episodes, and the main thing that I could personally do for him was make him a custom pair of shoes. I personally did not make them, but we took a molded model of his feet and really tried to get his quality of life better by just walking from here to there, A to Z, just better. And I couldn't do anything surgically, but I could definitely help him in his life.
Wow, it is amazing. Up next, we're going to meet one of Dr. Schaefer's patients who came to him with a foot issue that was getting in the way of her dating life. We're going to find out what that issue was and the remedy when we come back. This is fascinating. Oh, my gosh. We're back with the doctors from TLC's hit show, My Feet Are Killing Me. Foot and ankle surgeons Ebony Vincent and Brad Schaefer still with us. And Dr. Schaefer's patient is now with us, Kiara. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, it can't be easy to share this moment with the doctor, let alone all of us.
It's not.
And I instantly looked down at your feet when you walked in. What happened? What was going on with you?
Well, I initially had an ingrown toe, which means an extra toe, basically going inside of this foot right here.
Doctor, okay, so most of us think ingrown nail, but this is an ingrown toe?
Correct. So she actually had a form of polydactyly. Polydactyly is more common on the outside of the foot.
What's polydactyly?
Where you kind of grow like a sixth toe. Okay. So, in Kiara's case, she had an extra bone growing inside her big toe, and that made the appearance look like she had a double toe. So it was an enlarged toe. It was affecting her daily life, working out, socially.
It was affecting your dating life?
Yes.
In what way?
Of course, because they would just judge me. Guys would ask, what does your feet look like? Is it attractive? Can I see it? Yeah, all different types of things. And then immediately they would
Were you always wearing clothes, so shoes?
Yes, sometimes, yes. Definitely in the house, too.
And this was something you dealt with your whole life?
For 25 years.
25 years?
Yes, yes.
And so when you found out there was a solution to this issue?
I initially sought help, and that's when I seen Dr. Schaefer.
Oh, my gosh. So what did you do? I keep looking down at your feet. And I love that you have on your... No, you have your Birkenstocks on. I don't want to mess up your outfit. How long of a process was it, first of all, and what did you have to do?
So initially, we just needed to take an X-ray to see exactly what was going on in there. It could be, a tumor or a soft tissue mass. You really don't know. So I was relieved to just see that it was an extra bone. And when you have something like that, you can really just go in there, excise that extra bone, and really make some nice suture technique to sew the skin up and really have her a normal-looking toe, and that's what she deserves.
Right, and this was before you healed up, because it looks much better here in person than it does there.
Right.
And do you feel your quality of life has improved?
I feel much more confident. I feel much more confident in my appearance. I wear my feet out more, of course. I feel better.
That's a part of this show. It's not just for us to be able to ooh-ah. It's this moment. I was asking you, Dr. Vincent, I wear high heels every day on this show, and then I'm in my sneakers. Are high heels really bad for us?
So they're bad if you wear them all the time. You have to, at some point, redistribute those pressure points. Otherwise, your feet are going to kill you, and you're going to have to come see one of us. But no, I think that, when you're wearing the high heels, you put a lot of pressure on the ball of your foot. It decreases the amount of fat pad that you have over time, and then you can really have issues on your nerves, numbness, tingling, all those kinds of things can happen if you wear high heels all the time.
I've got a free diagnosis.
Yeah.
So to ease off the heels.
So, well, ease off of them, but also just be smart about when you're wearing them. Like sitting down.
I wear them only on TV.
If you're
After that, I'm
walking
in my
around, maybe
sneakers.
some tennis shoes, some
Okay.
flats, you know, that's fine.
All right, send me the invoice for that. Well, the show is hugely popular. My Feet Are Killing Me airs Thursdays at 10, 9 Central on TLC. Thank you for sharing it. Up next, from My Feet Are Killing Me to the Dr. Pimple Popper. There's a reason why some of us love to watch these shows, even when they make us cringe. When we come back, we're going to find out why we can't stop watching shows like this. We'll be right back. Okay, so what is it about shows like Dr. Pimple Popper? Why can't we turn away? And these shows are runaway hits. Brace yourself. Full disclosure, what you're about to see may be difficult to stomach, but people are watching it.
All right. Eric is here today. He has a bump on his scalp that I think is a pilar cyst. He does tell me that there's been trauma to the area, so that does make me wonder maybe it's a lipoma. We're only going to figure this out once I start removing it.
Watch out. It might be a little bit under tension, just to warn you. Come to mama. Oh!
Oh, good Lord.
On my arm.
Oh, my God, I'm sorry.
What just happened on my show? You love this?
I love this.
You love
I
it?
can't get enough of it. Just rewind it. Can you please rewind?
No! Okay.
I love it.
Thank you. Okay, well, I can't handle it. You said you can't handle it either? Let me get you to stand up. What's your name?
Deborah.
Deborah.
Oh, I can't handle it.
I can't handle it either.
I just can't handle
Well, okay, we have with us Dr. Heather Berlin. She's a cognitive neuroscientist at Mount Sinai Hospital here in New York. We just had the whole